Hi, welcome to this lesson. So we've been looking at the array methods and properties, and we're going to continue on with that. So there's another array method there are other array methods. This is not going to be a property. These are proper methods, and they are called the push methods and the pop methods. Okay, these are also very important methods in JavaScript. So let's look at those methods. Okay, it's very simple actually. Let's look at the push method first. It's a built-in JavaScript method, and it's used to add new elements at the end of the array. Okay, so the element can be any element. It can be a number, it can be a string, it can be a boolean, any of it. Okay, so let's first create an array, the same array maybe if that's what you want. 2, 6, 4, 9, 3, 7, like this. And then in order to use this method, this is how you have to do it. You have to give the array name, the variable that has the array, the name of that variable, and you have to give a dot and a push. All of these have to be small letters, okay, small letters. And then inside of that you can give the element that you want added. If it's a number, give a number. If it's a string, give a string. If it's a boolean, give a boolean. Okay, so let's push a lot of things into this array and let's see what's happening. So every time you push something, it just gets added to the last. Okay, just like that. So if I get array1 dot push of, if I say add 9 like this, and if I do a console.log array1, alright, we have a new array with 7 elements now, and the 9 was added to the end. And if I do the same again, if I can keep pushing any number of elements I want, right? I can even push a string now. I can just push a random string in here. I can then push a random boolean here, stuff like that. I can even push the nan value if that's what's needed. Okay, I can push something like this, or I can push the infinity. Okay, I can push multiple things. If I look at the entire array now, look at that. It started here, and these are the things that we pushed, and they were just added at the end like this. A 9, after that string, after that false, after that nan, after that infinity, like that. Okay, so it just kept it was just added at the end. It kept being added. Okay, so there's something that I want to talk about first before we move on with our push element. You can always, okay, you can always give an element, okay, and a variable as one of the elements as well. For example, if say a is equal to 10 like this, okay, and I can just give a in here, okay, just a in here, no double quotes or nothing like that, just a in here. And if you look at the array, see, 10's here. So you can just give a variable inside of your array as an element as well. So that's completely possible as well. And so, and in that vein, you can also push an element. Okay, so you can also push an element into your array. So I can just say, I can just say let a is equal to 10 like this, and I can at the end I can push just a. Okay, so you can push an element into an array as well. See, we have a value at the end of it, so you can do that. Okay, you can do that. And also, if you assign the push statement, this push statement, to another variable, you'll get the new length of the array. Let me show you how that works. If I say let b is equal to at the array1 dot push of a, like that, if I do a console.log of b in here, what am I gonna get? See, I'm getting the new length of the array because the length of the array was 6 first, and then there's 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, so whenever you assign a push statement to a variable, you're going to get the new length of the array. Okay, that's what you're going to get. Alright, so that's the push statement. Now, similarly, there is the pop statement. There's also the pop. Let's look at the pop now. So the pop is used to pop elements as the name implies, out of the array. Okay, you can use this to pop the last element in the array for every pop. Okay, every time you pop, the last element of the array gets popped out. So I can do that now. I can do that now. For example, I can just say right now, let's say what the console.log of array1 is. So let's just log that, log whatever's inside, like this. Okay, so this is the current array right now, and I can keep popping. I can say array1 dot it's the same, it's same. Okay, you just don't have to give any arguments inside of it. It's just array name dot pop and then parenthesis like this, just that, because you don't have to give, you don't have to give anything. It's just going to pop the last element like this. So array1 dot pop, and if I do a console dot log of array1 at the end, see, the last element 10 is now popped out. If I give array1 of pop again, see, both the last two elements were popped out. Similarly, you can keep giving pop, and you can get your output as well. Similarly, similar to the push method, if you assign your pop to a variable like this, just like you did before, and if you look at the variable, the value of the variable, it would be you'd get the value that was popped out. Okay, so if you do that, the element that was popped out, so you'd be assigning the element that was popped out. So if you want to pop something out, and if you want to assign it to something, for example, I can say let's C is equal to array1 like this, and I can say first popped element is C, okay, and second popped element is like this. I can do something like this, and if I refresh, there you go. So the first popped element is 10 and the second popped element is infinity. So that's what we popped. Okay, so whenever you assign the pop statement to a variable, what you're going to get is the element that was popped out. So if you want to pop something out of an array, and if you want it stored, you can store it in a variable like this. On the other hand, if you assign a push array, you're just going to get the new length of the array, but for the pop statement, you're going to get the element that was popped out. Okay. Okay, so those are the pop and the push methods. There's also the other methods. There's also this toString method, which is used to convert an array to a string. Okay, I think we already saw that method. Alright, let's create an array first, and then 2, 6, 4, 9, 3, 7 like this, right? And then afterwards I can just say let new string is equal to, it's very easy to access the toString method. Just give the array name and then toString, where S is caps. Okay, S has to be caps. There's nothing inside the parenthesis, and so it's basically array name dot toString parenthesis like this. That's it, just like that. So if you do it like that, let's do a console.log of this so we can see what exactly we have here. There you go. Now we have a string. Instead of an array, we have a string like this, which is separated by commas. So we basically got a string separated by commas. Okay, that's good. Now we can do a console.log of the type of new string now, so we can see what exactly it is. We think it's a string, but is it really a string? Yep, it is a string. Okay, so we're getting a string separated by commas if we use the toString method on an array. Okay, like this. Alright, there's a similar method called the join method. Okay, but the only difference, okay, there's also the join method. But the only difference is you can specify the separator. Okay, in your toString method, in this toString method, the separator is always going to be commas, right? But in your join method, you can specify the separator. It can be semicolons, it can be periods, it can be spaces, it can be any of those things. Okay, so let's try that now. Okay, we can create new string, but instead of array1 dot toString, I'm just going to give join in here. It has to be completely small letters, nothing else. Okay, just small letters, and then console.log of new string, and then console.log of type of new string. Let's just check what each of these things are. Okay, it's normal. It's the same as our toString method. We are getting something separated by commas and then the string. Okay, but that's because by default for the join method, by default it's separated by commas. Okay, but if you want to give something, if you want to give the condition, okay, if you want to give the separator, you have to give it inside of the parenthesis like this. For example, I can do it like this. Within you have to give the separator within quotes. It's very important, either double quotes or single quotes, but it has to be within quotes. Okay, so within your quotes I can give something like a period, so which basically means these things have to be converted to a string. Okay, and it has to be separated by period. There you go. See, look at that, perfect. Or I can just give nothing, okay, an empty string, and I'll just get everything bunched together like this. Or I can give a space like this, and I can give everything separated by one space like this. I can also give a semicolon, and I can get everything separated by semicolons and everything. You can give pretty much anything you want. You can give just 0 in here, just 0 like this, and everything would be separated by 0. Okay, so you can give anything, any letter, any number, any special character, anything works. Okay, just give a separator and it'll get separated by that separator. Okay, you can also give multiple characters if that's what you want. For example, if I give something like this, okay, there you go. Everything has these 2 characters, so you can give multiple characters as well. All right. Okay, so that's how it works. So those are your string methods. So I'll see you in the next lesson. Thank you.